Okay, so this is the first, last, and only time I'm going to address this. And I'm not upset or anything. I appreciate the comments around this topic, but I just want to make this really clear. I do not want to see Dan Duvall. I have already met Dan Duvall. Yes, he has great information, but my experience with him was less than satisfying. This is a man that is very intelligent, but at this time, I was bedridden and absolutely dirt fucking poor. My husband and I are currently filing for bankruptcy because I was so physically unwell from what happened to me. We couldn't get an appointment with him, so we drove and we showed up to his clinic. We took a trip and visited him down in Texas and basically begged for his help. And I made it very clear that we did not have much money, that I had already drained my 401k to try and just keep me alive. And at the time, my food was not digesting in my stomach. I was dying because my body was not compatible with me at the time because I was deprogramming. Again, we're in severe debt and barely able to eat. And this man still charged us $600 for 2 hours of minor deliverance. So, I do not give a fuck about Dan Duvall. I think it is slimy what he does. I do not agree that you should charge people for healing. I understand he's doing good work, but it only works for people if they're working a fucking job and if they're okay to work and pay for his outrageous prices for his service. So the whole point of my account is that you don't need people like Dan Duvall to heal from this. You don't need to pay thousands of dollars to receive healing. Dan Duvall, his average time of healing someone is 10 years. I want you to think of the cost of that. If 2 hours cost me $600, I want you to think about how much money that would be over the course of 10 years, depending on if you're seeing him 4 to 5 times a week. You do the math. I do not support the way that he does his ministry. I think it's fucked, and I think he's taking advantage of people that are incredibly down bad, and it's hard for me to call something a ministry when it's a for-profit fucking business. Thank you.